Have you ever heard that song, The River Just Knows? That's what it did. Didn't matter what I'd done, didn't matter where I'd been. Those people in those places, I could leave things on the river. I didn't have to carry them with me anymore, if that makes sense.
Spoken Outdoors is a result of a long 17-year, I'll call it a career, hosting disabled veterans on hunting trips across the nation. Through that experience, I was able to see the healing powers the outdoors provided in just their everyday kind of actions. You know, they come, they're wound up, they're stressed, they're carrying whatever baggage they're carrying. So I got to watch them transform from day one as kind of nervous wrecks, very guarded, very protective, very closed, to 2 or 3 days later, they're like the best friends in the world. You could mark a difference in their stress level, mark a difference in their attitude. I don't quite understand the impact of the outdoors, but what I can tell you without question is it changes people's lives.
When someone steps into nature, there are reductions in saliva cortisol, which is a reduction in stress hormones, increases in heart rate variability, which is a reduction in the fight or flight response, and reductions in blood pressure and heart rate. Being in nature reduces anxiety and depression and gives space to clear the mind away from distractions and start the healing process. So Spoken Outdoors is especially impactful because it combines the power of being in nature and the physical effects and emotional benefits of that with a community of understanding people that know your story, so that when those things are together, it provides an amazing therapeutic environment and the impact can be life-changing.
My name is Crystal Woolen. I am a U.S. Army vet. I was a reservist. I was deployed to Iraq in 03-04. I think it took me a lot of time to realize how it really impacted me. I mean, when you're military, you're trained to be invulnerable, right? That's your job. That's what you're paid for. I was angry and scared, honestly. I wouldn't have told you that at the time, but I was terrified. The people that I came into contact with were life-altering for me. Their perspectives, their willingness, their openness, their acceptance was huge for me. It kind of changed the trajectory of my life. When you're out in wilderness, you're out on the river, you're putting the miles down, you're casting, you're doing all these things. You are present and in that moment. You don't have to be anywhere else but there. That's the gift that it gives. And if you can get present enough, you can start to leave the past behind. I am a completely different person. Spoken Outdoors allows for the mission to continue.
The impact that organizations like Spoken Outdoors has for our first responders are options. For many years, they didn't have outlets, whether they're coming back from a tour overseas or a rough shift. As a first responder, they go home and they carry that stuff with them. So when they have an outlet like Spoken Outdoors, it'll just, again, allows them to decompress and see something different than all of the tragedy in the world, you know?
My name is Brandon Freese. I work for a small police department in northern Idaho. Finding a purpose to use what you've experienced, the trauma that you've gone through, to do something with it. And again, that's where it comes back around to Spoken Outdoors, to be able to have maybe a conversation out there on a river with someone who's struggling and on the job or has retired already, to talk about my story, about seeking help. Again, if I can change a life like that through Spoken Outdoors, it'll be a win, and ultimately will help me as well, because I'll have grown from what I've experienced, and again, I have a purpose.
So our goal is we get these folks out on the river, we try and build organic relationships. We're just hanging out, being friends on the river. One of the beautiful things about the river is you got nowhere else to go. We're gonna get to know each other. But because we have shared experiences, I don't have to be fearful of whatever that demon is, because odds are, if you're a first responder, you got your own demons, right? So now we can kind of commiserate and share that together, which lets us know we're not the only one. Right? I'm not alone in this grief or this traumatic stuff. Other people are living that too. Begin to process it and understand that they are not alone in that. Watching somebody go from a position of no hope to hope is life-changing. And I'm blessed. I get a front row seat. I don't know what today is going to change down the road. All I know is if I can create hope today and they'll grab that, down the road will be okay. But we've got to create that hope.